Just look at this beautiful sunrise, guys. Look at this beautiful sunrise. The sun penetrating through the forests, the clouds. That's giving us this amazing view here. Look at that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. My name is Sande. Welcome to this amazing YouTube channel, It's and So Sande, coming live here in this amazing place called Karura Forest. So today, on this vlog, we're going to look at things that you need to do at Karura Forest, things that you can do at Karura Forest. So we're going to give you a little bit of activities that you can do here. Then I show you around the forest, the beautiful part of the forest, and I hope you're going to enjoy. So if it's your first time here, please consider subscribing the channel, like, comment and share the video. For the frequent viewers, thank you so much for coming back to watch this amazing video. So let's kick off the live stream and enjoy it, guys. This is a picnic area, guys. So one thing that you can do here is picnicking. So picnic is whereby you come with your food, as long as you package it in a non-one-use plastic or single-use plastic. So these are the benches. Just come and have a seat here with your family, then you enjoy it. The charges for the picnic is 174. That's picnic charges, 174 for the adult and 116 for the kids. So you come with your kid, come with your own food, have a seat here and enjoy the meal. So long as you try your best to avoid plastics. So when I talk about single-use plastic, I mean that we have those plastics that are one use. Like for instance, if you buy water, you need to buy it in a glass, or you come with 5 liters and above, but below 5 liters it's not allowed because it's a single-use plastic. Or else for the sodas, you can come with a Tetra Pak or glass. Glass is the best for the sodas because that one you cannot throw it away. Or we have another option of carrying water in a reusable water bottle. So that means you buy soda out there, let's say for the 2-liter plastic one, you refill it in your reusable water bottles, you come and have it here. For the plates, make sure you come with a reusable plate. So it's a very nice picnic area for the families, and it also has a very nice play area for the kids, which I will show you later on. So one is picnic, and the charges are 174 plus the additional 100 for the entry, you know. So the picnic is charged differently. So this is just one of the picnic areas. We have like 4 major picnics. We have one at called a money picnic, which is the major picnic. Then we have another one called K-Fit. Then we have one which is at Karura Garden, which is more of an event picnic area. Then you have another one that is called Ruaka Picnic. So it's a very nice area for people to come and enjoy. So long as you able to follow the rules in terms of the plastic free, you know, that's one thing that might mess you up here. So long as you come with a reusable water bottle, plates, glasses. For the tumblers, carry the reusable tumblers, so that you may be able to have a very nice picnic area here. That's one of the activities that is done at this particular forest. So we're gonna go and look for the other activities that you can do here. So this is the map here. Leo umepanda bike mob kweli? Bode nani Joji? Anaingia lini? Yeye jana ni mkora anakuambia nataka kuona ile. Ile ni hata nataka kuingia YouTube unaona. Nini hiyo? Nilikuwa town. Nilikuwa nini? Oh. Ingia YouTube ni kabuni. Nilikuwa juzi. These are bikes for hire. So 580 per bike for 2 hours. You see the prices here. Wacha niingie kichaka. Hata kama ndo amefanya nikakuja kujua kuna kitu nafanya. Anyway, there's another one here. Then the good thing when you hire them, you are given the locks to lock the bike. So can play tennis here. The tennis court, this other side, the lawn tennis. So that's another activity that you can do in Karura forest. So I'm gonna show you more activities here. So this is the map, Karura forest reserve. So the forest is divided in 2 blocks. This is a major block and the other small block here. So we are here at the moment. So find that there are 2 main roads that divide that cut across the forest, which is Kiambu Road and this one is the Limuru Road. So you can use this gate, which is gate A. Have gate D here, which is pedestrian gate. At K feet, which is Kenya Karura Forest Environmental Education Trust. Then we have gate F somewhere here. Gate F. Then recently I showed you about this area whereby you have one best place for the dog off-leash area. This block here, Sigira block. Then you have this horse circuit here. So today we're gonna explore the waterfalls and the caves and a very nice loop here. We're gonna see some nice tall trees here that are very interesting. So this is a Amani garden. On this side we can do the picnic site. This Ruaka picnic on Kiambu Gate. And there's another Karura garden up here. You can do also picnic and events. Then it's another area for picnic, which is this field here where you can have bigger groups for the picnics. So also we're gonna see the trails. You have this 10-kilometer trail, 5 and also we have 15, which I'm gonna show you on this loop. And all the trails starts here, you know. So what happens that when you want to do like 5-kilometer trail, you're gonna start it from here, which is the yellow arrow. And the good thing, it's a circuit. That means when you start it from this particular point, it will bring you back to this area. So this is the start point, then it will bring you back to this particular area. This is the finishing point. So we have the 5 km, which is the yellow one, 10 km, the blue one, 15, which is the green. Then red is for the bicycles, which is approximate 22 kilometers for the bicycle trail. Then there are different routes that you can use. You can opt to use this circuit, which is 3.5 kilometer circuit, the caves and the waterfall circuit. Also it's another loop. You can also use the caves, waterfall and lake circuit, which is 4 kilometers. Then the butterfly lake is 2 kilometers from here. Then the Pretty Valley, if you get time, you're gonna see both 2 areas. So as you can see, there are many activities that you can do here, just depending on your preference. So for those people who are good in running, it has a very nice trail for you to make a run. For 5 kilometers, that's the yellow arrow, which can take you like not more than 1 hour. 45 minutes you'll be done. For the 10 km, it can take you like 1 hour 30 minutes. If you're doing a very nice walk, that's for the walk. 5 km, 45 minutes walk without kind of doing stopovers. Then 10 km can do like 1 hour 30 minutes. But someone who wants to do like a run, 5 kilometers need to do it in like 30 minutes. You know, that's a normal run. A normal pace. 5 kilometers you can do it in a little bit like 30 minutes. Then 10 kilometers, 1 hour 30 minutes need to be done. If you're walking just a slow motion. Also bicycle riding, you can also do it. I've shown you the bicycles renting area. You can see some guys riding the bicycles here, but not for the bike. You need to pick it for 580 for 2 hours, but 2 hours a lot of time with the bike for sure. Then I can tell you, I've done some bike tours, and I can tell you 2 hours is a lot of time. If you just know the loop very well, within 1 hour 30 minutes, if you do a very serious ride, you're gonna be tired within 1 hour 30 minutes, because 2 hours is a lot of time for the bike. So you can have that option of doing the bike riding, nature walk. We have talked about the run, then the walk. So, okay, those are the main activities for people who like, for the frequent visitors. Then also, if you check on the website, there are more other activities that you can do. Let's look at this trail here. It's a very nice trail. So it's very easy for you to run here. It's very easy for you to do a bike riding here, especially if you know the main trails that are kind of more easier. So if you get used to these trails, you're gonna know which trail is more easier than the other one. So that's another plus for you. So these are the bamboos. So I'll show you some. According to the map, we have seen that we have some the main attraction areas which you're going to explore today. One which will be the waterfalls and the caves. So we're going to do that circuit today. So I want to show you those two, which are the waterfalls and the caves. That one, mostly people who are just coming for a nature walk, they tend to pass most of the time through those two, because their main aim is just to stretch and just move around. But someone who is really in exercise, you better do the 10, the 5 and the 15 km without kind of having stoppages. So here comes this amazing block of the forest here. This one here, it's called the Araucaria araucana. So for the Araucaria one, the trees, they are exotic. That means that they came outside Kenya. So the pine tree is very tall. Just so I get inside here, I show you. You're gonna see how beautiful they are. It gets dark here somehow. The good thing the sun is out, so you're gonna see some nice light penetrations. So this place looks amazing, and you might think that you are in somewhere outside Kenya, because these trees here, they came from South America. Look at this back here. You can see the upper part. Very nice. So these are one of the best area for filming. Reason being, it's kind of a unique place. Has a very unique vibe. So it's not a common part of trees. And keeping in mind that they are kind of a bigger portion of the trees in one area, so they give you a very nice, unique features. So this is the pine part of the forest, which has a very nice, fresh air here. Very unique. Even as long as you come here early in the morning hours, you're gonna find a very nice when the sun is kind of not up. So we are filming this video at around 12:45. That's why the sun is directly on my face. But if it comes on the side, it becomes a very lovely view of the area. So they came from South America. And also just want to give you some few facts about the trees. This tree here. So we're gonna start with this one here. This is the seed. You can see even it's now kind of growing. The growth is already taking place. This is the seed. These are the seedlings that have already grown. this is the back, the back of the tree, which is kind of more hard, even more than the inner part of the tree. So it has a very hard back, but the tree is kind of a softwood, and the reason why it's a softwood is why it was brought here. So one, these trees were grown in Kenya to be used in making of papers. So they were brought here for that intention, paper making, or the books. But now the company that used to do that collapsed some years back, which is called the Webuye paper. That made that the trees are no longer in use. These are the fruits. You see, they are spiky, so they are not edible. But I read somewhere that people are saying it's edible. But for me, I think the way they look inside, they're kind of not edible. So these are the lovely place you can do like photo shoot here. That's another thing that you can do in this part of the forest, because it has a very nice, unique area. So for official photo shoot, you have to do some extra charges, which you can get them on the website. There are some charges for that. For a group of 1 to 5, they charge like 2,500, but you have to do a booking on that if you want to have a very nice session in the bushes. So guys, that's another thing that we have seen. Very nice place here, very unique. So let's hit the road, go and find the caves. Go and find the caves. Just imagine you riding a bike on this trail. It's a very nice, lovely experience, you know. Very nice, lovely experience. They are kind of racing. That's a good thing. So the bike trail is well maintained. That's a good thing. Kind of more well maintained. But now you need to be very careful, because the way they are racing might end up causing some accidents. You need to ride very carefully, you know. And if you want to learn how to ride a bike, you better ask someone to teach you, because if you just mess up with this, you're gonna ride and hit this tree. It will be messy. So I want you to observe something here. This side, it's a kind of an exotic part of the forest. When you talk about exotic, you mean that trees that came from outside Kenya. For instance, these are eucalyptus from Australia. They are on this side. But now, the major part of the forest, that we call it a live forest, starts here. From here, we have natural trees. From this particular portion, we have natural trees. Look at the way they look, kind of very dark, many different species of trees in the same environment. So these are a natural block or part of the forest, which is more healthy. It's an insect hanging up here, you cannot see it, kind of a caterpillar. So this is now what we call a real forest, when you can listen to the birds, can hear them. See? That bird call, very lovely bird call, you know. And when you walk here and get tired, you can have a seat here and just relax on that chair. So this is what we call a lively forest. Very silent, very healthy. This is the only place you can find some animals moving around. Reason being, wildlife does well in an indigenous part of the forest, or what you call an indigenous ecosystem. So other thing that you can do here in the forest, get to the indigenous part of the forest and meditate. Just walk around, listen to the birds like the way I'm listening now. Try to imitate. There are very nice signages here to direct you heading to. The waterfall and caves 1 kilometer. Pretty Valley is like 2.3 kilometers. Butterfly Lake 1.5 kilometers. Then this is where I came from, Kefit, and you have seen the Lily Lake. And the Tulimuru is 2 kilometers. Then they don't allow drones here. No drones allowed. Also no smoking because of the forest fires. So let's explore. I'm gonna use this different route. You have an option of going down this way to the waterfalls, but for me I'm using a different route that will be more interesting to us, because there's a nice loop that I want us to pass through. It will make us enjoy the forest. So there's a very interesting tree that I want to show you here. The guys from Central Kenya, I know you know about it. We call it the mugumo tree, or the ficus. So There are very many myths behind it that people from the central Kenya are gonna tell you about it. So this tree, it used to be, it's kind of an ancient or a sacred tree for the Agikuyu community. So what happens is that they used to do like prayers under the tree. So doing like prayers, you do it under the tree, or sacrifices. So to a level that it became very sacred in a way that you cannot use it as firewood and timber. So it's called the mugumo. So if a mugumo tree falls today in the villages, let's say in Nyeri or Mount Kenya, it's a sign of bad omen, that something bad is happening or might happen. So it's one of the few special trees that you can have in this forest, that you can come across this forest. So the trees here, I want to show you. And due to that kind of those rich speciality in the tree, it has a very funny myth. This is the mugumo tree, the strangler fig, you know, called the strangler fig. I'll show you something also about the strangler fig. This tree here, it has a very funny myth that if you're a man, if you go around it seven times around it, your gender changes to a lady, which is kind of interesting, and vice versa. So that's the funny thing about this tree here. Very special tree, very respected tree, the Ficus stogni. So it grows in a very unique way. These are the roots now. It's going to turn up to their roots. I will show you one that is kind of doing the strangling at the moment. I will show you one of it. So this is the strangler fig. That guy is doing around. You can also do around in the forest. So now we're going to this silent part here, and when you come into such kind of a silent part in the forest, you need to know about something that can be really interesting for you. For instance, if you are a person who loves wildlife, this is the best side where you can see some animals like the antelopes. So if you get lucky, you might see some of them here. So those guys who want to spot some animals, want to see some monkeys, you need to look at a silent part like this. That's why if you listen here, there are more bird calls and crickets around compared to the other side that we started the video from. It's a very silent one, very silent path. So let's just walk down here and see if you can be able to see some animals around here. If you get lucky, you know, and for you to see animals, you need to be silent. So gonna walk very silently. Baby inside there. There's an animal there. Look at it. A Sony antelope. See any movement down there? There's a male Sunni antelope. And that's an adult, you know. So this side you have animals here. But you have to be very, very silent to see some animals, you know. Because if you are loud, you cannot see any. So let's walk silently and see. Very silently. Another one is here. Another Sunni antelope, a female one. So I've seen 2 of them now. You have to be very silent, man. I can hear some bird, a very special bird called the turako. Some special bird, the turako, calling from a distance. So the only way to see animals is to, but if you make noise, you're gonna see nothing, man. Totally nothing. See? So that's a Sunni antelope, the second smallest antelope in East Africa, called the Sunni antelope. The smallest one is called the pygmy. It's in Uganda, you know. But this forest you have the Sunni antelopes. Some people confuse them with the dik-diks. That's not a dik-dik. A dik-dik has a different outlook, you know. So let's try and see if we spot some few animals here. So now we're going down to walk very careful. This side you might see some bushback on this area here. You'll have some bushbacks on this side. So I'm still looking very careful. Opening my third eye. So, okay, from the middle tree now, we're gonna go. We didn't manage to go to the butterfly lake, it's kind of a distance, but I'll show you one day. So, I want to go to the caves now. So down there, that's where the caves are. But you'll have to go downstairs. Kind of some few steps here. that sometimes are very heavy to walk on, especially if you are very unfit. So you can see now we're going down to the caves. If you are unfit, it will be tough for you to go down the caves. Now you need to be very careful when you are going down, so that you may not do a misstep, you know, because when you do that you might hurt your leg. So go down this way, then there are little bit more steps. Then it has rained, that's why you have to see the water color is kind of brownish because of the rains. So we have 3 caves. This is the smaller cave. The other one is on the other side, which you will not be able to go today. This is a smaller cave that they were being used by the Mau Maus during the fight for independence. So I want to show you the bigger one. I have one which is the biggest one here. The bigger cave now. It's more of the main one. Then here you have some historic background behind it. So some years back, we used to have used to be an archaeologist called Louis Leakey, who did an excavation here, and he came across such kind of things. It's an obsidian flake. These were tools that were made from rock that were being used like in like cutting. So the tools. Then there were some teeth here, some animal teeth here. Then able to find some pottery. That means this cave was active that time. Then there are some parts of the animals that used to be here, like the zebra, the dik-dik, and at the moment, we don't have those animals here. We don't have the zebras and the dik-diks, and there's a little bit difference. So then these are the obsidian, the rocks here. Then the pottery part of it is kind of these are the tools that were being used. They might be used by like a comb, cross hatching, this are roulette and scissors. So that suggests that the animals that were here those years, some are no longer here, like the zebra, dik-dik, roan antelope, and also some like the warthogs. They are no longer here at the moment. That's the reading. So this is the main caves here. And inside you have what you call the fruit bats. So for the fruit bats, they're kind of nocturnal. So now they are kind of asleep. So as you can't see them during the day, they're on those edge down here. Then this is the oldest tree in this forest, more than 170 years. Let's look at it on the top. Very big. For the Malincara discolor. Other side, you see. So these were the Mau Mau caves, which were being used during the fight for independence. Then there's a hole here that they used to access it to hide there's a hole. This tree contains a hole that can be able to fit, not carry, able to fit 7 men, 7 well-grown-up men. So what happens that this was the hiding place where they used to hide, and it was very significant during that time because it gave them like a security. You know, they used to come and hide here in these caves. Then they come out when it's kind of they come out at night. Also, the women who are helping the Mau Maus, they used to come and kind of give them food here. So it was a hiding place, you know, for the Mau Mau rebellion group. And it reached a time whereby the government saw Mau Maus as a bad, in quotes, bad movement. But for sure, that's the movement that led to Kenya gaining independence. So it's a very interesting movement that came about, and it really helped Kenya to gain independence. So this is the Mau Mau caves. That's why we call them the Mau Mau caves. And you can see when it rains, this kind of grass, they sieve water, and it comes down and it's very clean. So that's the story behind the Mau Mau caves. This is the river trail, or the riverine trail. There's some nice tall trees here. It's a very nice loop down here. There's a tree that has fallen here. It has really changed the outlook of the area. Look at this big tree that fell and still grows. Let me come on this side. That's a nice view. So it fell, was held by this rock, and it's still growing. That's how survival is. You have to struggle to survive, you know, without giving up. So during the floods, last year, the month of March, April, many trees were really falling here. Like this one, you see, just fell when the rains came, the heavy rains. So you're gonna see some nice big trees that fell during that time. There's a bridge here, and just use it to cross. Look at those massive trees. They fell in the month of April last year, when we were having floods all over Kenya. And see how big they are. Very big. Let me see if I can get a very nice thumbnail here. Very big. This is a tree that is more than 50 years for sure. I can tell you for sure, more than 50 years. So, you know that most of these trees that have like fibrous roots, they don't survive when it's very windy. But the taproot ones survive, you know. So the taproot ones are the ones that will be able to survive when things get tougher and tougher. Another that big massive tree here. Then the climax is here. Here comes the waterfall, which gives us the climax of the video now. Call them the Karura Falls. Play area for the kids, like this one here. Might call them the obstacles. This is for the kids below, can say 6 years. So they have to come up this way to the other side. Then also have this one here, which are kind of like swings, but they have age restriction. Then lastly, have these, call them like obstacles. You come this way and they enjoy this other side to walk very carefully on these logs here. And on the other side down there we have the swings. The oldest mugumo tree in this forest. Very massive, you can see. Very big. You guys get closer to it, have a very nice view. So I told you about the mugumo trees. Then down here, that's where you can do the events like weddings and such kind of events. This is a mugumo tree that is more than 100 years. Very big. The very big trunk. A field where people play football, so you can come and play football here if you have a group, team, or an individual. So payment is one person 174 shillings. So that the picnic charges are the same that they use to use this field here. So very nice field, well maintained, always green. So thank you so much guys for watching, and hope you have enjoyed this video today. Just showing you the things that you can do at Karura Forest. So if you haven't been here, please make sure you do, because it's an urban forest that is very close to the city, just a few minutes ride from the CBD. So you can use the gate A, which is Limuru Gate. You can use gate C, which is Kiambu Gate, but the main gate is gate A, where you have these most facilities like the football pitch and the best picnics. So, and also the tennis court. So thank you so much guys for watching, and see you in the next live video. Goodbye.